Man, I really wish we weren't allegedly dead so that we could actually properly go on a date with Haru. Oh well. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Persona 5 Royal! I'm SlayerMathis, and last time, the most important thing is that we got to rank 9 with Haru. And this time, I'm very happy. Oh, she's not even gonna text me. Disappointed. To the roof! Away! Haru. 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 I love Haru so much.
Good day.
Let's hang out. Went over to the company the other day. It's a great deal I'd like to tell you. Are you free to speak today? Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's not how I meant it. I just want to have some boss's coffee. You're okay with spending time with there, right?
This has such profoundly bold flavor.
I heard you've been getting into the roasting scene, little lady.
Yes, I often have the urge to drink a fresh cup of your coffee.
That near brings a tear to my eye. You're heading up to this guy's room, right? Go on and take it upstairs.
Thank you. I will. I was finally able to convey my feelings during the company meeting. Not just about the new chain, but about the future of the company, and even about Father. I think my presence angered some people at first, but in the end, they all listened to my thoughts. All that nervousness was exhausting. I've had diplomatic dealings with VIPs before, but I've never once spoken my true feelings. That aside, after talking with management, I've decided to let them handle Okumura Foods. It's simply not something I would have been able to supervise on my own. And after their sincere acceptance of the public's criticism, I felt it was okay to trust them. As for my future goals, I'm interested in opening a small private cafe. Everything will be homegrown, from the coffee to the salad. I want to set my own standards. It'll be a shop that people love, like grandfather's, and like this place. What do you think? It's a pretty boring dream, huh? But when you say that, I feel like it will actually happen. Truth be told, I don't plan on opening the shop immediately after I graduate. I'll need to study and improve my knowledge beforehand. After all, right now it's only a hobby. Perhaps I should apprentice here at LeBlanc in the meantime. I take it that sentiment comes from personal experience? Either way, I think this dream of mine will be no easy feat. But I somehow managed to tackle my childhood dream of becoming a heroine of justice. If I act with resolve and believe in my actions, I know I'll be able to achieve anything. Honestly, just thinking about my life without you sends chills down my spine. I would have been married to a man I don't respect, and lived a horrible life. I'm glad I can be with you instead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I meant I'm, glad to be your teammate. As long as you're by my side, it feels like everything's going to be okay. And if you're ever in trouble, I will be there for you. After all, you were there for me when I needed it. I can help you now. I have the strength to do so. I can sense it.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of the Empress, granting thee infinite power.
All right. right.
I feel wide awake after that coffee. So, today, I'd like to be with you a little longer.
Haru's so bright. I love Haru so much. Anyways, now Haru's persona has changed from Melody to Astarte. Astarte or Astarte, either pronunciation works, is another ancient Middle Eastern goddess. We have seen them before with Anat, who Astarte potentially is. There's an interesting story with Anat. So a lot of times the Western Semitic pantheon is off of titles. So Anat, I think, is technically a title. There's a number of Baals who that's just a title for Lord, I believe, or Baal or what, Baal, whatever you want to call it. So it's not really sure if Astarte is Anat, if it's just another title, if it is Anat. But Astarte, the title means the womb, the conceiving womb, or the full womb. Could be a title, could be a name of it could just be the title of any Western goddess of fertility. Western Semitic goddess of fertility. Astarte is, as I mentioned, either Anat is the spirit that eventually the Greeks recognized as an equivalent to Aphrodite, or is Anat's sister, who is completely independent. Depends on just what context you're taking from, what you're reading into it. All of those are technically correct. The Egyptians considered her and Anat twin war goddesses. So there is still a little bit of war in that. She's a spirit of abundance, prosperity, love, sex, and war. She was ordered in Egyptian mythology as well. She was ordered alongside her sister Anat to be Set's wives, as well as be the shields of Ramses III. And Astarte in particular, between the three main goddesses of fertility within Western Semitic thought, that would be Astarte, Anat, and Kadesh. I forgot the third one. I didn't write down in my notes, so I was just looking over to see what it was from my actual book that I get my sources from. So between those three, Astarte was the most popular, especially with the Phoenicians, where the kings of the Phoenician city-state of Sidon were the priests of Astarte, the wives were priestesses, that stuff. She is the goddess of women's reproductive health as well. Also, Haru is the most precious thing ever, and I will respectfully disagree with anyone who thinks otherwise. I'm not too absurd. Let's not get too crazy out here. As for her arcana and her confidant, the Empress. The Empress upright is about divine femininity, or the divine feminine, sensuality, fertility, nurturing, creativity, beauty, abundance, and nature. While reversed, it's about insecurity, overbearing, negligence, smothering, lack of growth, and lack of progress. And the Empress Arcana is all about femininity, which is a really weird word, by the way. While this is something that, what a shock, mainly is tied with women, the Empress applies to everyone, with it offering help towards a sense of expression, creativity, and nurturing nature. It does have some sexual connotations, but doesn't, and sometimes calls for a sense of sensuality, but doesn't need to be. It's not like the Lovers, where it's more core part, similar to how Astarte is a much more subdued version of Anat. The Empress calls... Ooh, that was a voice crack. The Empress calls for people to take care of themselves and to be kind to themselves. It asks for a caring, nurturing nature, often associated with motherhood, which the Empress is very tied with. It also has deep ties to nature, with the eponymous Empress being Mother Nature herself, depending on some interpretations. But there still are some problems. Sometimes there's too much care put into others and not enough on the self. You begin to lose your own strength because you're focused on the strength of others. Your insistence on caring for others leads to you not caring for yourself. And alternatively, the reverse can be used to guide people who are currently being led along, who are currently having their hand held by someone else to begin moving away, to leave the nest, as it were. And if there's something that everyone can agree on, other than Haru having a large forehead, which just because she doesn't have bangs, okay? doesn't have a large forehead, just her hairstyle. It's that Haru is a very caring person. Morgana mentions after her father's death that she's always trying to support others. Even though she's in the time of grief, she's texting everyone, like, hey, are you guys okay? Which is why she's bae. She cares for the plants on the rooftop. She generally doesn't have a bad thing to say about anyone that isn't a well, not outwardly aggressive towards anyone that isn't a shadow. Haven't seen any of that Mementos dialogue, but it's very memed on. Very cool. But once again, she's too focused on others. It's not mentioned in the Labyrinthos write-up, but mentioned it in the keywords, one of the few times that we're going to the keywords rather than the write-ups for them, that one of those main keywords is insecurity. She can't trust anyone. She's very insecure about this. She knows that she doesn't know how to run a company like this. She believes she can't trust anyone. She believes that everyone in her company is in it for their own gain. Well, she just wants to make someone she just wants to make something happy. The entirety of her Confidant arc is her building up to finally confront this because she doesn't like what her father's company has become. Rather than a place to help others, like what her grandfather's vision was, Okuma Foods has become nothing but a cutthroat business where no one can be trusted, as much as it hurts hard. But she's determined. She's a caring person. While the coffee shops that Okuma Foods offer aren't going to be as personal with each cup of coffee as they were for Takakura's, and she does want to do this for her own coffee shop, there's still care put into everything. It's not just a machine like her father had made it. She's not holding onto the Okuma Foods legacy for her own gain. She holds onto it to the good of the others, and she trusts others to help her out. She trusts others to be better, to better their lives, and that's what she really wants to do with her company. Again, you can probably tell when I start freestyling. Toss it the Big Bang Burger. Burger Coon. And what do we got for the jazz club today? What do they got on tap?
I see.
Power Fizz, power and luck. So looks like a bunch of defense. Okay. Let's invite Makoto. Why not? Hey, welcome.
Thanks for coming in.
Go charge us 3,000 yen. Okay, I'll take that. Muhen seems like a real cool dude. I would love to be bros with Muhen. To think you know places like this too. It's simply amazing. Oh, it's supposed to be rude of me to look around when there's so many people here.
This drink.
It's good. These are the kind of cocktails that adults drink.
You're right.
I tend to handle most of the general housework at home, and I realize I go about it in a very particular way, especially cleaning. When I pointed out his window was dusty, he says that I was like a mother-in-law. Yeah, Makoto does give me that vibe.
I feel a little
It's not so
more
late.
mature.
It was the first, but it's very homey here. I feel like talking with you helped me to remember my original resolve.
All right.
Extra endurance, extra luck, extra strength. Pretty nice. All
Thank you.
around. Maybe that would have been better off on Yusuke. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. This might be the first time I actually care about an election. Isn't Shido cool?
How about you?
Charismatic politician can make even apathetic young people excited. Not only does Mr. Shido have good judgment and decisiveness, he has important qualities as a leader, like communication skills. Don't you think his words are easy to understand? Don't his speeches resonate with you? I'm just getting tricked by his facade. He doesn't know it's all lies. Make him show his true colors. Mishima probably knows that it's lies. I'd imagine that we would have told him something like that. I don't know. He seems like the type that wouldn't blab if he knows what's good for him. Oh, and of course, the day I'm finally available. Absolutely useless, Oda. Completely useless. They don't even have anything to do. So I don't want to go... See, this is reasonably a day that you'd want to go out and probably think about... I mean, with nothing else to do, it would be smart to go and... What are the words I'm looking for? It would be smart to try and just go out to Mementos today. Mementos, maybe even hop on the palace, but actually, got 18 days. Got 8 levels. We got 1. Got a request for him. That's another 2 days. I'm gonna be cutting it close. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. This is a dungeon that only requires 1 day. So like Sai's took 2 days. So that's why I was a little bit more cautious about going there earlier. But this one only takes 1 day, so I just hope that we don't miss too much, because we'll have to hang out with him another 8 times. Because next time would be number 3, so that gives us 10 days. We have 1 day in Mementos. No, we'll have to hang out with him 9 times. Day in Mementos, 10 days gives us. We'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. But fortunately, we're not fine right now. Let's hang out with An. Yeah, I'm already here.
We have to make them pay.
Let's go hang out. We have plenty of time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And we are going to go and hang out at Harajuku.
Okay, let's get going. Hey.
There's a shop I like around here, so I come pretty often. All the people are such a pain. Gives them the right to be here. Anyway, let's get through this quickly so we don't have to get caught by the salespeople. Sold out of the clothes I wanted. In any case, there's so many different types of people here. It's fun just watching them. People might think I'm weird if they see me staring at them alone, but I'm sure it's fine as long as I'm with you. I don't know if that's really true here. There are tons of people with crazy hair or ridiculous clothes, and even they fit in. It actually makes me happy that even characters like them don't stand out here.
Hey.
I wonder what all these people are thinking about right now. Some of them might even be sad beneath those happy exteriors and never even know. Hey, don't you get fired up when you think about helping them out? Oh, never mind, that's not what we were talking about. Oh, that couple's in a pretty big fight. Good friend totally is going for a knockout punch.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so they're handing these out, so I took one. We got an idol poster! Alright! Something nice and girly. We don't need to give you gifts. You don't get nothing. I only give gifts to Haru, and Chihaya, and Yusuke. Okay, I give gifts to people. Just not you. More because I don't know what gift is actually best for her.
I can feel it.
Let's go and get our idol poster up. Let's decorate with our idol poster. Oh! Oh! That's nice. This... can we actually... How do we view this? Look at the shelf? Whatever. This is a poster of Rise from Persona 4. She is an idol. She is also a party member. She basically is your Futaba, in terms of being the support party member. I really need to play Persona 4. Maybe I'll do that while I'm literally 65 episodes ahead on recording. Look, I've gotten into a huge groove with playing this, so I have plenty of time. But we also have plenty of time to steal Shido's heart. So we can start that next time, can't we? So until then, see you guys later.